Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to talk about something a little different, but it's still in the realm of science and health, and that is the overwhelming amount of garbage that I see online about quick weight loss schemes. But one that everyone is kind of on the fence about is the daily intake of apple cider vinegar. It doesn't surprise me that these methods appeal to so many people because the majority of people that find themselves overweight tend to lack motivation, and let's be honest, they're pretty lazy. And before you bring out the pitchforks and the torches and begin the witch hunt because of fat shaming or that people should be comfortable in their own skin.
Oh, I've heard enough. Burner! Fire it up, boys.
Yeah, that's great. But as soon as your weight becomes a burden on your longevity and health, you should probably do something to fix it. And I can just hear the screeching now. But there's a genetic component to obesity. Yeah, there is. But in the majority of cases, the person is overeating. Or they just maintain a sedentary lifestyle. They just sit on their ass doing nothing. I guess the best part about these methods is they're actively trying to improve their health and well-being, which I could admire. But a get skinny quick scheme just isn't going to cut it. They should dedicate themselves to their health and well-being. And this isn't easy. It doesn't happen overnight and requires a bit of dedication. So let's see what the broader health community and the so-called experts have to offer on losing this belly.
What I really love about it is it reduces the amount of time that fats are in the digestive tract. So it will help fats metabolize faster and get out of the body. We don't want them in the body. We want the fats out of the body.
Sorry, what was that? We don't want fats in our body. Okay. Fats are essential for life and they play a major role in many parts of our body. And a few that come to mind are storing energy, cellular communication, insulation, and the formation of cellular membranes. So are we talking about dietary lipids or are we talking about adipose tissue that is stored around our body? Because I think we need to make a clear distinction between the two. Adipose tissue is the fat that is stored around our body, which holds energy in the form triacylglycerol when energy is in excess. It's a common misconception that dietary fats, other words known as dietary lipids, will make you fat. This is completely untrue, and as you can see here that carbs, proteins, fats can all be turned into those triacylglycerol when eaten to excess. So instead of viewing the fat that makes us look plump and thick as dietary fat, instead we should view it as excess energy that our body didn't require, so we just stored it for later. So why do we store it? Well, it's a mechanism that allows our body to source energy when we are deprived of it from external sources. That's why diets such as the keto diet are gaining popularity recently, because when deprived of external energy sources, our body will metabolize energy that is stored within us. Even still, there is contentions about the keto diet, and it's worth assessing the validity and the practicality of the ketogenic diet, but I'll go into that in another video.
So who's it right for? Give me an idea. Give the audience an idea.
So it's really great for people who have signs of toxic overload.
Signs of toxic overload. This woman is a walking thesaurus, but hey, I'll bite. Let's see what the broader scientific community has to say about toxic overload. I love this program. Dr. Oz is the king. I don't care what anyone says. He's so certain in himself that anything he says sounds convincing.
Survive and thrive.
Yes.
And maybe hold back to the back guy. And that's good because all that manifests itself with the benefits you're speaking
Right.
Just check this out. He makes the high school equivalent of an erupting volcano project because it doesn't have to make sense logically as long as it looks cool. Science, baby.
All right, we're going to add this in. Are we ready? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. See, that goes in.
Well, that's not bad. Oh, my goodness. Oh! The fat literally overgrows your body. It's uncontrollable. It overwhelms you. Unbelievable. Taking over everything.
And look at this. The crowd is going nuts. They're going berserk. Like someone just like offloaded a couple of rounds of a gun into the air. Just yeah! And check this guy out. The resident scientist. The scientist on duty.
And today, all about foam.
Oh.
Yeah, foam, it's exciting stuff. Kids love foam. I love foam.
Please don't tell me this is what I'm going to become. Please don't tell me that Scientist Bob is my future. Am I going to be Scientist Bob? I'm just picturing it now, like the slow progression of like Neanderthal to man. It's just me to Science Bob. We just progressively get more nasally. We just hit a certain age and we're just like, hey, how you going?
Hey, I'm Alex.
Bob Shaw's.
Yeah, so we start doing that, and what we should start seeing is our fats going down.
Melts.
And going
Look at that.
down and melting that away.
It's melting away.
Disappearing as he does that. Because the fat cells in your body actually panic if they don't have the right fats around them. If you can soothe them by eating the fats that reduce inflammation in the body, then guess what? Your fat says, oh, it's okay. And it begins to melt away in a much more elegant way.
Give a round of applause to Science Bob, everybody. Amazing, enlightening stuff. Who would have thought that sprinkling a denser material on foam would cause it to diminish in size? Okay, so I'm going to stop messing around. There's something here, so let me delve into what the literature has found. There's a bit of back and forth on this topic. Some studies quote no significant effects, others quote harmful effects, some quote positive effects. What a damn mess. No wonder no one can agree. There's a paper that can support any stance on the matter. However, I found one in particular that I liked. Found a study by Kondo and colleagues on the effects that vinegar intake had on body mass index and serum triglyceride concentration. High serum triglycerides means there's a large concentration of those adipose-forming molecules circulating in our blood. So essentially, high serum triglycerides can indicate that you are a big boy or a big girl, whatever you are. So what did they find? Well, they found that body mass index was lower in the patients that ingested the vinegar. And it's hard to argue with these results because the energy intake, meal content, as well as physical activity was matched across groups. And also what I found interesting, which they failed to mention in their findings, was that the insulin levels were also consistent across the groups. But why do I care about this? Well, insulin is an anabolic hormone that is used to stimulate growth, particularly packaging and storage of those triacylglycerides as adipose tissue. Insulin is abundant when we consume energy because our body has to quickly get to work to determine whether we need the energy now or whether we're going to store it for later. So the fact that the insulin concentration was consistent leads me to think that they were metabolizing energy substrates awfully similar, which allows for more accurate results. And even though the BMI reduction wasn't massive, and they even point that out themselves, I guess you could make the argument that daily intake of apple cider vinegar is doing more good than harm. So if you could be bothered, go for your life. Chug a little bit of apple cider vinegar every day. And even the study pointed out that the vinegar consumption caused no adverse health side effects and was considered safe. However, upon further reading, I can say that the vinegar could damage the enamel of your teeth. So you got to make a quick decision. You want rotten teeth or do you want a big belly? Which one do you want? Which one hurts you the most? Nah, I'm just kidding. But I've seen a lot of things that say drink it with a straw so that you avoid contact with the teeth. And I guess that works as well. Or, hear me out. Let's put on the tinfoil hat for a second here. Stick to a diet that encourages flexibility that you will enjoy and you'll feel engaged. Focus on calorie intake. If you control the amount of energy that enters your body, you can also control the amount of energy that is stored. And this is a line that is repeated ad nauseum by the bro science guys that have a PhD in lifting weights and looking swole, which is true, I guess, but also control the quality of the foods that you ingest. You want to receive all the vitamins, all the nutrients that your body requires. And what I mean by that is, like, I'll give you an example. You could eat a Big Mac every day, just one Big Mac every day, and you'll remain in that calorie deficit. I mean, that's a pretty extreme example, but go with it. So you'll be in that calorie deficit, but is that good for you? No, it's not good for you. You'll drop the weight, sweet, but then you'll have all these other health effects because you failed to get the nutrient requirements from the foods that you eat. So caloric restriction gets a big tick from me, but also hit those nutrient requirements because it's paramount for longevity and health. But that'll be it for me today. So please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what you'd want to see in the future or something you'd want to add on daily intake of apple cider vinegar. Maybe you think I'm wrong. Maybe you think I'm right. Maybe you want to spit some venom at me. So thank you, and I will catch you later. Peace.